Ah, lovely.
Welcome to the second episode of Top of the Hops,
Top of
the
the Hops.
beer and music review podcast that you didn't know you needed until now. I'm Stu, and with me, as always, is my co-host Dan.
Good evening.
Dan, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Like
You had a
your
good week?
t-shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very
It's
nice.
quite a new one, actually. Obey. Like the colour.
You like your Obey. You got an Obey hat on, don't you?
I do as well. It came today, actually.
It's not the obvious Obey. It's usually that one image you
It's
see.
subtle.
Yeah,
sort of like-
interesting.
that is the same image, but just his eyes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Andre the Giant.
We'll have to put a picture up on the
Yeah.
Instagram of what we're talking about. I like it.
It's it's Andre the Giant's eyes rather than his face, because
What-
it's normally his face.
What is the history of Andre the Giant?
Well, Obey is a guy called Shepherd Fairtail. I'm not sure of his surname, how you pronounce it.
I don't know.
But he was originally a graffiti artist from America.
Yeah.
But he did posters with wheat
Okay.
paste, and he would pop them up. And one of his first ones that he got known for was popping up a portrait of Andre the Giant, the wrestler,
Yeah.
and saying Andre the Giant has a new posse.
Yeah.
And that was Obey. Like Obey was his new posse, but it was just the one guy
Okay.
multiplying. It's almost like saying Banksy's one person,
Gotcha.
which could be, might not be. No one really knows.
Didn't a
apart from
member
those
of
that do.
Banksy once come to one of your house parties?
It wouldn't surprise me.
You might never have known.
No one knows.
You might have
apart from
slept in
those
your
that do.
bed.
It could be me.
Ooh. Okay. So, Dan, what are we drinking today?
A Baby-Faced Assassin. It's an IPA
Mm-hmm.
from Rooster's Brewing Company.
See, I'm not familiar with Rooster's Brewing Company.
Neither am I. They've got quite a fucking out there logo. I'll give them that.
It's quite a aggressive
It's
chicken going on, isn't it?
Definitely putting your cock on the line.
Yeah.
It's in your face on the can. I'll give it that.
It's wild. It's out there.
Yeah.
I like it. And I'll get into this later, but I did not know what song to choose to match this beer. It was random is what I went for, because this is random.
Yeah, it
This
is
very
random.
strange.
Like you look at there's like 3 different typefaces on the front of a can,
Yeah.
which is nothing wrong, but it's just like, whoa, it's all kicking off with this one, and it's 6.1.
6.1. That's quite a random amount as well.
It is.
6.1.
Just the one. Gotta
Just-
have the 0.1.
Yeah. Yeah, to look at. I didn't realise. I thought it was plain white, but you've got this off-centre diagonal stripe pattern
Yeah.
going on. Really
I
subtle.
like the subtleties. I don't know what you'd call that, to be fair, but it is. If you're listening, Google, or if you've bought one,
Have a look.
that'd be awesome.
Have a gander.
Maybe before we release these,
Oh
we
yeah,
should,
on the Instagram you
should-
can see the images.
you should see. Yeah,
Yeah,
You
they'll
can-
be up there. Have a look. We've got a picture of the Baby-Faced Assassin India Pale Ale up there from Rooster's Brewing Co, and it is quite a striking image as we have
it is.
said.
I like it.
For the first sip, what are you saying?
It feels like well, it's strong, obviously. Not
You
like,
do get the alcohol strength in the taste.
yeah, you can feel the strength. It's not like one of them, like with Belgian beers where it's strong but it's smooth as you like.
Yeah,
You can trowel it on.
yeah,
This one, it's like it's strong, and it's strong.
yeah.
There's no messing about.
Where was this brewed? Where's this based?
I have no idea actually.
Who are these guys? Who are these chicken mongers?
Oh, they got tasting notes on the can though.
I don't even know
that.
what's going on. Well, it's vegan friendly.
Yeah,
So that's something. British craft brewer. It's British.
Roosters.co.uk.
Okay,
Little
there you
plug
go.
there. Send us more beers if you like.
So
if
shall
you want.
we? I'm just going to read the can. It says, "Baby-Faced Assassin is a deceptively drinkable India Pale Ale that shouldn't be taken lightly." Now
No.
that's a warning above.
That's
one.
very true though. From the first sip, it's like,
Yeah.
you're not wrong.
From the first sip, I know I'm not gonna
You're not wrong.
be taking this lightly. Flavours of mango, apricot, grapefruit, and mandarin orange lead to a lasting, juicy tropical fruit bitterness.
Yeah, it does definitely ends with a bitteriness.
I think compared
but
to
I quite like that. I quite
compared
like
to other
bitteriness.
beers we've had before on this podcast, this one it describes it well. Everything they've described, I'm getting.
The notes are to the T, and they've got notes. A lot of them don't have notes.
Yeah.
So it makes it a lot easier for us to do our job.
Because
we can just read it.
Oh, one of the ingredients is soft Yorkshire water.
Well, you wouldn't want the hard Yorkshire water.
No, you wouldn't.
It would definitely do your dishwasher.
No, you have to buy special Yorkshire tea bags.
Lime scale, mate.
Yeah, the green label.
Killer.
It is.
Nothing lives longer with cow dung? Cow. What was it called? Can you remember that advert?
What? Washing machines live longer with cow dung?
That's it.
That's the one.
But me and my brother always used to say, washing machines live longer with cow dung.
Cow dung. I love that. Yeah.
It's easily done, isn't it? But yeah, sorry.
So, Dan, you are the design expert on the pod. Can you give me your thoughts on this?
I like it. It's very they've sort of gone for an old schooly sort of baseball-y looking. It's like the front of a can could be on a baseball jersey.
That's interesting. I didn't think
of
that, but
they've mixed like the scripty sort of with the like massive.
I think that's why I was quite surprised it was British. Didn't expect that. It looks quite American, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
You seem quite bemused by it, which is how I was when you showed it to me. But you seem to be quite. There's a lot to take in. Would you say
there is too much? I think. I mean, I love the logo. I love like the style of the name of what's in the can, and how it says how it's set out that the volume is. But at the same time, all in one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need it all on the front?
Well, you're asking me. I don't know.
It's like everything. Every part of that the front of this can is battling with you to get your attention.
That's right.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I quite enjoy it because it definitely sort of matches. Even the taste is battling with me. I don't know if I'm getting mango or apricot.
Definitely fruity, but I think it says flavours of mango, apricot, grapefruit, and mandarin orange.
Yeah.
So that's quite a mix of fruity
There's a lot
flavours.
of fruits, yeah.
But it's got bitterness as well, hasn't it?
I think grapefruit's quite bitter to me, really. There's more grapefruit than anything. It's got the bitteriness.
Yeah.
But it's also highish volume of alcohol, so you're gonna get like a bittery kick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It's an interesting one. It's hard for me to form an impression of it so far.
I love how there's a massive line under the tasting notes, and then underneath that it just says lightly filtered.
It is quite a light taste.
Yeah, but does lightly filtered mean that it's going to be a light taste?
No.
Does it just
I
mean
don't think so.
There could still be some detritus in there?
Okay, well,
because it was only lightly filtered.
Yeah, it could be all sorts.
We only sieved it the once.
Give it chicken giblets. Judging by I still can't get over the logo. It's quite striking, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It is. Like, there's a lot of detail there. And there are parts of like a cockerel that I don't wish to see the detail of, but I think that's what they're going for. It's an aggressive in your face.
Quite an aggressive taste though as well. It's quite.
It is, yeah. It matches the taste.
The aftertaste is very lingering.
Yeah,
and there's a lot going on.
The aftertaste after a little while does get a bit tangy, which I quite like.
Yeah,
I quite like that.
You liking it a lot so far?
Well, it gives you a taste of like you've had a sip of beer. You know,
I can imagine this is one I'd like off the tap. You know, I'd like a draft pint of this.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
You know,
or I'd prefer not a whole pint, but a you know when you go to the tap bars that you have like a third of a pint.
Yeah,
Euro style or whatever.
I wouldn't necessarily want a pint actually. Like
that would be a hard pint to get through.
500 litres, a European.
Yeah, you go. What do they even call that in Europe?
Did I just say 500 litres,
mate?
I
knew what you meant.
Half a litre.
I didn't stop you because I thought you
I'd
meant
be 500 litres to this any day. and drive home. No.
We don't condone
we don't
this.
do that. I'm sorry. We don't do that.
We don't condone that.
We don't condone driving home and drinking. Well, drive home and then start drinking. But
don't do it before.
Yeah, not the other way around.
Like everything in life, there's an order to things, you know. You got to do one thing before the other.
Yeah. And yeah, you do the drinking after, not before.
After
the driving.
After the driving. That's become. Weren't we talking about this last Friday?
I believe we were. Yeah. And I think it's just important to know that we might keep bringing it up, but it's not something we do. Is drink drive, no matter what this cockerel wants you to do. Again, what surprised me that this is British, it says Roosters Brewing, not cockerel. Roosters is a very American word.
Yeah.
So they don't like saying cockerel in America.
They don't,
It makes them feel a bit weird. Any American listeners, let us know. Tweet us.
That's true. They don't like saying toilet either.
No, they say restroom.
Restroom or bathroom.
They do.
So if I butchered the American lingo there, but fine. You know.
Oh no! Episode
Queens.
2. Getting political already. Yeah.
Didn't take long, did it? Second Friday in, straight in.
I know. Getting too comfortable down with the success of episode 1.
Oh dear.
But
that's thrown me a little bit. Yeah.
I do find it quite interesting that this is completely just it's just a baffling drink. So where did you buy this?
I got this from. It was in a Waitrose.
A Waitrose.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like a very Waitrosey drink, does it?
No,
they're all about nice British Bake-Offy kind of things, aren't they?
That sort of.
They don't have roosters looking at you like that in Waitrose.
You never know, man.
That's more of a Tesco.
What
situation.
happens behind closed doors is quite strange, you know.
Yeah, well,
especially when folk have money.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I don't know much more to say. Where would you drink this? What if you were to have this again? What situation? If you got one of these in the fridge at home, what are you going to save it for?
It'd definitely be like a pre-drinks drink.
Yeah,
because you could only.
I don't think I'd do more than these right now. Had about half the can.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd do more than one.
I mean, right now, but I mean, like, we have had a few beers. We've had dinner.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple of shots.
Yeah.
Like, so it is right now. It's not really the time for it. I don't think.
No.
But like, I think it would be a good pre-drinks. You have 4 of these, and you get good for the town.
4 of these, 4 little cans of these. I think I'd be on a real buzz. It's quite a buzzy bit. There's the strength and also the taste. Like,
but that's what I mean. It's definitely a beer to be drinking before you've had any other beer.
A drink with purpose.
Yeah, it's like, right, I'm drinking 2 of these, 3 of these, 4 of these, whatever, and then I'm gonna go have a night out or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna. It's not like a wind down drink. You don't want to slow down afterwards. You just want to have a few of these and then go. But it only really works if you've not had anything else. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like if you've had if you ever have like your mate's called you up once you go down to the pub for a big night out, but you've just had a big meal for dinner at your parents' house. So you're like, oh, I'm too full to really get to their level because they've already been down the pub for a bit.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, crack 2 of them.
On the walk over.
Bang. You're already straight into the level. Yeah.
You've just put a thought into my head. This is the kind of thing, if you're getting the train up.
Definitely a train beer.
For those of you who don't know, listening, Dan and I grew up in Surrey, it's just outside London, so we'd go up to a lot of gigs and events in London, and you get the train up. You get a half-hour journey, maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
Get on the train, go. And for those half-hour journeys on the train up to London, you need a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
And maybe on the way back. This would be a good one of those.
The less drinks, the better, because that's a 40-minute train drive.
Yeah, because
train journey.
It goes quick.
You don't want to have a piss.
Yeah.
So you want to have less liquids to more.
And for that, you don't want something you can neck.
No,
so if you have like a really watery lager that you just neck down, you've done it, and you need a wee.
You might as well be drinking
one of these. You'd sort of fairly slowly sip it, fairly slow.
fairly slowly just
I'm
sip
going to
it.
edit this out. So you.
No, I don't think you should.
No, I don't think I can.
You can't now.
No, not anymore. But you'd fairly slowly sip it on your way up, and
definitely.
one or two, and you get a nice buzz on. The going out beer, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
a going out. That's what I mean. It's going out beer. Like you've had food.
So you're not eating this with food. You're not drinking this with food.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't know what
You know why you're not drinking this with food, Dan?
Why is that?
The chicken's telling you not to.
Well,
he's saying, "Don't you do that."
You could always get a bargain bucket.
Actually, you go to get this out of the fridge, and he looks at you and he goes, "You finish your dinner, mate, before you crack me open."
You want to have your dinner.
You want to have your dinner, son. That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying. Or you want to eat a bargain bucket in front of him just to mug him off.
Oh.
It's the sort of guy I am.
Oh, well, there we go. But it is enjoyable. I'm getting towards the end, and I've got a bit of a taste for it. I'll do it.
It is nice. I couldn't do too many of these, but you could do a few.
Yeah.
It's not a session.
No.
But definitely a warm up, or I would think after a long night out, a warm down. One before bed.
Yeah, I can see that actually. You go back to your mate's house. You've had the night out.
You just want to chill.
One more for the road. One more for before bed.
For the walk home.
For the walk, yeah, it'd be great walk home beer.
Yeah, because it's going to take you the whole walk to drink it. You can't dash it back. It's not for that.
Yeah, I think we've kind of covered it really.
Yeah.
Which brings us on to what song I have chosen to match this.
What song have you chosen?
So, as I said earlier, I looked at this can and I said, what is going on here? It was so random and I couldn't pick anything out from it.
Yeah.
From the other ones that you've shown me, I thought, I can match this. This one was just random. And I thought, well, I can't think of anything, but what's a random song that I like? A song that isn't from my favourite band, isn't a particular genre, something just really obscure that I really like.
Poking out at you, just like the chicken, cockerel.
Yeah, no,
Rooster.
Chickens, aren't they? It's all the same.
Yeah. Bloody dinosaurs, isn't they?
They all came from dinosaurs, isn't they?
T-Rex.
So I picked a song which by a band called Belle and Sebastian. Are you familiar with Belle and Sebastian?
I'm not. No.
So they're a Scottish group formed in the 90s. And they're still going now. They've been going since the 90s. And you'd probably recognise a few of their songs that have been on TV shows and things. Got quite a background music-y kind of like atmospheric kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
But quite interesting songs, and they've never been hugely popular, but they've always been there. One of those sort of bands.
Yeah.
And this song I chose, I think it's called "I'm a Cuckoo," which again kind of ties in nicely with cockerel, cuckoo, birds, bit of a tenuous link. But also, it was a song that I heard. I don't know if you had this growing up. Did your parents get like the Sunday paper, and it would come with a bunch of magazines? And back in the day, before the recession, when the papers had loads of money, they'd put in random things like CDs and DVDs. Yeah. All these compilations.
You get the compilations, yeah.
Yeah,
some of them were pretty decent.
And it was called Indie Icons, and had some bangers on it. Some absolute bangers.
Is this how you found it?
Yeah, this was it. And I listened to it, and it had, genuinely, I've still got it, I think. A genuine, brilliant little compilation.
Yeah.
From the Sunday Times or something. And this song by Belle and Sebastian, "I'm a Cuckoo," it's just sort of stuck with me ever since I was a teenager. And yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
There you go.